On my game. I'm on my game.
Let me tell you, I was not prepared for what. I can say your name?
You can say mine.
My name is Pegan. My last name is not your business. No. I go by Pegan Parker on Instagram. I am born and raised in Newark, New Jersey. That was a great first question. I think what you're saying is very true as far as like me going through stages. And I think with a lot of people, you got to realize that, sometimes things will be stages of your life and you may not even like that person that you are. You may not like what you're doing. And, as long as you acknowledge it and become accountable, you're able to, grow up. I think the version of me right now is very grown up. She is very aware and accountable of what's going on. So with that, I would say I make sure that the energy I bring is a positive one. I make sure that I'm encouraging. I try not to be negative. I'm human, and so we have our moments. But overall, I think where I'm at in this stage of my life is I genuinely want to help my people. So, I think it's a focus on bettering and teaching younger women, older women, anybody that may be going through something that I went through, because I've been through a lot growing up in the hood. I want to always leave a good feeling behind me. I want people to speak highly of me. So right now, my energy is based off the legacy that I'm trying to leave, which is a positive, happy, vibrant one that's also strong and tough. 2021 makes 10 years that my sister passed away. A lot of people hear me tell this story about, her battle with diabetes and just, being overweight. My sister was about, I want to say like 300 pounds, 5'7", when she passed away. And it was something that she tried. She would do diets. She would, do all these things. But me being so young, I wasn't in a position to really know the proper way to help her. And I spoke to my mom recently, and I don't think my mom knew the proper way to help her. And, right now I'm in a health and wellness business, which, I would say by the grace of God, I got led into, and I always remind myself of my why, and my sister is part of my why. A lot of us, African Americans, Hispanics, Latinos, our health isn't the best. We don't prioritize it. We're not being taught the same things in households. Of like, I had a conversation with my coworker, and she was like, they didn't teach y'all that in school. And I'm like, I don't remember learning that, And so I think in our households and in our culture, we have a lot of toxic habits regarding health. And I feel like that's a generational curse also. That's why, during COVID and the pandemic, so many Black and brown people lost their lives because they weren't in a healthy state to really fight the virus, So it's just a matter of like, that drives me, and that's my sister. My sister, I've always worked in retail and fashion. I love clothes, I love dressing and helping people. I still do it via DM all the time. People ask me questions like, should I wear this together? I'm like, yeah, that's cute, don't wear that. Fashion will always be a part of me, but being in it for so long, I started to feel a little cynical. I started to feel robotic. I felt like, I didn't feel like I was really living my life. I felt like I was just waking up, going to work, smiling, joking sometimes, and then coming home. So, during this time period, my best friend, she entered a contest where she ended up winning $10,000 with 2 other people, and it was for the best transformation. And the rules were that they had to take 3 products. One of the products was NutriBurst, not Plus, but NutriBurst, NRG, and ISOT, which a lot of you guys more than likely have seen. And she wanted $10,000. And we were so proud of her. We were so happy of her. And from that, she decided to become a distributor. She started, working out. She started, meditating, reading more. She started doing all these things as far as changing herself first before she got into the business aspect of it. And during that time, she approached me and asked me if I was interested in joining. And mentally, I don't think I was in the proper place to really see the vision of what she was doing. And so I decided not to join. And, months go by, I'm seeing her, she's glowing, she's speaking better. She has all these people who are thanking her for, helping them financially, helping them physically. She's doing all these events. And so, I'm supporting her in that way. And, but I'm not feeling good about my own self. Physically, I felt like I was good. But inside I was battling a lot of things. I was questioning a lot. I'm like, at this point in my life, I should be doing things that make me happy. And this no longer serves this version of me, and I want more. So I had a conversation with her, and she was like, I need you to maybe start reading, because I didn't like to wake up early. I wanted to sleep in, and, almost every day. Like, if you called me before 8 o'clock or at 8 o'clock, I would literally flip on people. So, it was just a matter of I didn't want to wake up because I didn't want to go through the day knowing that it would be the same as yesterday. And, one time we were on FaceTime and I'm sitting in a chair literally, and I have the picture to prove it. And she's like, check your phone, I sent you a text message. And I look, and it's a picture of me, and my stomach literally looked like a smiley face. And I've always been pretty fit, always been very, very fit. And I realized that I let myself go. I said, wow, when did my stomach get like this? And I look at pictures now, and I'm like, wow, I didn't even realize where I ended up because I was so unaware of what was happening. And from there, I started taking the products. I started taking NutriBurst, NRG, NISOT, and I started losing weight. I hired a trainer. I was working out. I was waking up early to make sure I did it before work. And then the pandemic hit. Once the pandemic hit, my job, it had to temporarily close, as all malls had to. And once it stopped, I had time. Now I had time for my daughter. I had time to work out. I had time to organize my house. I had time to see my friends. My kid never was able to go to birthday parties because I worked on weekends in retail. That's our, busiest days. That's where you make the most money. And, so I needed to be there. And I realized that I was missing so much of life. I told Bianca, which is Coach Bianca, I said, hey, I'm ready to sign up. And she was like, girl, I signed you up the day that I asked you and you said no. So all I had to do was take over my account. So she puts me in like the best position ever. And this is my best friend since I was 14, who believed in me at a point and knew that I would come around at a point where I didn't even believe in myself. And I had my friends losing weight, and so I was like, wow, I love this feeling. And I thought about my sister, and I always think about my sister, and I wish that I had a product like this when she was alive, because I would have maybe been able to help her. I think a lot of the times in our community, we're reactive rather than being proactive. And being proactive can save your life in a lot of things. We have to prepare. And this is a company where I can help people that look like me and just people in general to prepare themselves to be the healthiest version of themselves. And that's amazing. It's a beautiful feeling, So I just want to say, during tourist season, this is going to be the biggest season. I really want to thank my team for believing in me. I want to thank everybody who comes to me for any type of advice and trust that I would help lead them in the right way. My vision is extremely clear right now. I am going to be everything I say I'm going to be. And I hope you guys are able to sit back and watch. I feel like the tourists right now are on like 100. I don't know why. Normally we don't pay attention to birthdays that much, but everybody's excited for this birthday and y'all deserve to be excited. Sorry I cut you off. So what Peter was gonna ask me or anything, but you know, I've known this man for so long.
This is our first real time working together.
Right.
First real time working together.
And we've known each other since I was...
It's never been in sync until today. I put my foot down and said, I'm making the time to make this right. We're gonna work together. For real, it was never in sync.